Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies, welcome to Oilers Fan Reaction, post-game reaction to the Maple Leafs beating the Edmonton Oilers in overtime. Make the score 4-3. We're going to touch on a few things here today. Thing one, Oilers had a lead in the third period, should have held on to the lead. We're going to hold on to the lead until one man alone, Evan fucking Bouchard. Apparently, Evan Bouchard wants a $9 million contract. Not with the Oilers, you're not getting it. I don't care if you score 100 points a year. That's not your fucking job. You've got forwards to do that. Your job is to make sure you don't do dumb plays and throw the puck up the middle when you've got options elsewhere. Your job is to make sure when the puck gets out of the zone, you're on your horse and hustling back, not giving up. Your job is to play defense. Yes, we're also going to touch on the Ryan Reaves suspension. He's been suspended 5 games. Apparently, when you're a repeat offender of 3 suspensions, you only get 5 games for an illegal hit to the head that causes Darnell Nurse to have a concussion himself. Oh, by the way, Darnell Nurse may not be back on this road trip. He may not be back for the rest of November. But I digress. Let's get into the goals, folks. Like I said, I'm at a huge loss for words right now, and I'm kind of trying to hold my temper a little bit. Yes, Oilers get a point. They now have 20 points on the season, but let's be completely clear, completely frank, completely transparent. They should have got 2. And for all you fucking knuckleheads, yet again, like, do you not want to start goalie in Edmonton ever fucking ever? You keyboard warriors. Stolarz outplayed Skinner. Stolarz showed up Skinner. Like, are you fucking daft, stupid, or do you just not know goaltending at all? I'll get into that as well. So first and foremost, game starts off hot for the Oilers. They score a goal. Adam Henry, congratulations. Welcome to the goal party. Assisted by Janmark and Brown, it's 1-0 Edmonton. Hold on to your shoes, though. 2 minutes later, McCann scores, makes it 1-1. Oilers can't hold a lead if their lives depended on it. Toronto gets a power play. No goal. Toronto gets another power play. No goal. So if you're keeping track in the first period, that's 2-0 for power plays for Toronto. 1-1's the score. And on that power play, lo and behold, it was who? What? Who? Who? Yeah, it was Stuart Skinner that kept the Oilers tied going into the first intermission. Not anybody else. Stuart Skinner made some great saves. But we don't want to talk about the saves he makes. We don't want to talk about how the team needs him to make a save, and he makes it. We don't talk about that because we just run our goalies out of town. I will ask a question to you guys after later on in this video. Second period comes around, Oilers get a power play. Oilers get a power play goal. Connor McDavid on the power play, assisted by Hyman and Draisaitl. We have a 2-1 lead for the Oilers. Now this is where it gets shenanigan-y for me. Ryan Reaves lays a dirty hit on Darnell Nurse. Concussion. Cuts him. Clearly there's blood. The refs were very against calling a 5, but they knew they had to. You could hear it in the ref's voice when he called it. You could see it in his face when he said it. The referee from last night, Chris Lee, should be embarrassed of himself. You fucking hack. You should be embarrassed to call yourself an NHL referee. Anywho's, Oilers get the 5-minute power play. Not like it means anything. They only get 2 shots on 5 minutes. Not fucking good enough. The power play is just not good enough at all. Don't ask me where it went. It's just not there. Something's amiss. Something's afoot. But it needs to be fixed, and fixed quickly. 5-minute power play, 2 shots on it, nothing doing. Like, that's just unacceptable. That's, in my honest opinion, that's where the Oilers lost a lot of momentum on that power play. You score 1, you're up 3-1 on the Toronto Maple Leafs. They're not coming back. They're not. Don't fucking kid yourself. They're not coming back. Solar's made some really great saves, I'll give you that. But 2 shots? Solar's didn't outplay Skinner anyhow, any way, shape, fucking form. Don't give me that crap that Stars was better than Skinner. And to the person that made that comment, I'm not going to put you out on it. You know how I feel about that stupid comment on Facebook. You're an idiot. You call yourself an Oilers fan, but yet you think every other goalie outplays Skinner. You're a freaking idiot. But when you know, typical Chris Lee fashion, typical reffing fashion, got to get the Leafs back in the game somehow. They get 2 power plays back-to-back. 5-on-3 power play for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Again, best penalty killer is your goalie. Right? 5-on-3, Skinner makes a lot of good saves. Again, but we're not going to praise him for his saves. We're just going to praise him for the goals he gives up. We're just going to destroy him for the goals he gives up. So we go into the second intermission. Oilers are still up 1. They're still looking good. Still the team that's winning, that should be winning, deservedly so should be winning. But we're not talking about that. No. Shots after 1. Toronto 10, Oilers 9. After 2, Oilers had 9 shots. Toronto had 5. Then, third period rolls around. Oilers are all over them. Oilers are controlling them. Oilers are just better than them all around in the third period. 11-6 shots for the Oilers. Oilers have full control. They are the team that's winning. They have full control. They lead the shots. And then Bouchard. In a matter of a minute and a half, 2 minutes, Bouchard shows why, in this guy's eyes, he's not worth more than 3. Later on in this video, I'm actually going to check next right now. Yes, I know I won't be talking for a second. Actually, just give me a second here. Yep, my sources, and I'm correct. Bouchard is a restricted free agent at the end of the year. What does that mean? What does that mean, Matt? And yes, I'm going to talk about this because it is needing to be talked about right now. The way he played last night. You demand an upwards to $7 to $9 million contract in your next contract? No. If I am the Edmonton Oilers, I am going to Mr. Bouchard. I'm writing a number on a piece of paper. One number only, and it's for 3 years. I'm going to you, and I'm writing 3 times 3. That's your contract. 3 years, $3 million per. No negotiating. That's what we think you're worth. You don't want to sign it? Sit. Sit out the year of your contract. Go ahead. Nobody else is giving you more than that. And if they do, good luck to them. Last night, Bouchard single-handedly gave the Maple Leafs the win. I don't want to care about, well, Draisaitl tied it late in the third period to take it over. No, I don't care. I don't care. Don't care. Bouchard had options. I'm going to show you the goal and why I firmly believe that Bouchard had options. And why I think the option he took was the worst of them all. McCann scored in the third period to make it 2-2. Sorry, Nye scored in the third period to make it 2-2. McCann scores to make it 3-2. I'm going to show you guys what I mean and why I'm singling out Bouchard and Bouchard alone. And hopefully you guys understand why. So here we are here. This is the 2-2 goal. Not nice scores. Now you're seeing here, Bouchard has the puck. We're going to play it. Look at all that option. Look at all that space for Evan Bouchard. You got space. Oh, you dog. All right. So, again, here's Bouchard. He's got all this space to the left of him. Sorry, to the right of him. He could skate. He could skate it at the boards, right? Skate it, skate it, skate it. You might get trapped by Ekman-Larsson, but that's okay. Just get it down the ice. You'll dump and change, dump and push. It's okay, right? No, dummy. And even this opens up for you. That opened up 49 behind the net. Do a little reverse-see. Reverse the play. Reverse it to 49, which is Emberson. He'll hit behind the net. He'll wait for a line change. Or he'll wait for the other end of the ice open. No, I'm just going to stupidly throw it up. I'm going to throw it as freaking hard as I can. Trying to get past McDavid to get it to 53 Jeff Skinner. The pass was never going to freaking get there. Bounces off McDavid's back. Into the back of the fucking net because Knives knows how to shoot. But let's blame Skinner on that, right? That's Skinner's fault. We're going to do the McCann goal. Yeah, I'm a little fired up. Yeah, I'm very pissed off. Here's the McCann goal as well. Oilers are in full control. They have the puck. Now, this you can say is on McDavid as well. He tried to make something out of nothing. That's what star players do. 99.9% of the time it works, but that 0.1% of the time that it doesn't, it really doesn't. So McDavid tried to go back behind the net to Hopkins, who was in front of the defenseman. But because Hopkins is so freaking weak on his feet lately, it gets thrown down the ice. It bounces off the defenseman, past Bouchard, who isn't paying attention because my name is Evan Bouchard. Why would I pay attention to a hockey game? He's still got time. Hold up. Hold up. Did the refs miss something? Did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch that? But it had no effect on the play, right? 6 guys on the ice had no effect on the play, right? Six guys on the ice had no effect on the play, right? How many guys do you count on the ice there for Toronto Maple Leafs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 5, 6? 6? You want to count the numbers? It's a mute point. I'm just saying this is more than one time that the opposing team has had too many men on the ice. So anyways, McCann goes, beats Ekholm, Stuart Skinner came out to the hash marks. They didn't show it on the feed, but he was at the hash marks thinking I could get to the puck before McCann. He realized he couldn't. He was backtracking and he got beat. But is that why you're going to blame Skinner? Because he thought he could beat the forward to the puck, realized at the last second, I'm caught between no man's land, I got to hustle back? That is why I preach to every goalie that I coach and every goalie that I come across. You get paid to play the net. You get paid, stay in your net. Let the other guys play the puck. You make the saves. Make them. Stay in your crease. Don't venture. Just stay there. There's a nice little bubble there for you. Stand in it. Play in it. Relax in it. Enjoy it. That's why you get paid if you're a professional athlete, a professional goalie. Not to go out and play the puck. So if Skinner would have stayed in net, he probably would have made the save, and we're not talking about this today. But we are, so we're going to touch on it. Again, McCann scores. But did you see how lazy Bouchard was on that? Bouchard should have been on his horse. But, again, blame the goalie because that's the easy route. Blame the goalie because that's the easiest thing to do, right? Blame the goalie. It's easier to do that way, right? Don't blame Bouchard, who wants to make a lot of money. Don't blame anybody else, but blame Skinner. Why not blame the one guy that made the saves to keep the game even close in the first period? I honestly do not know what to tell everybody right now. So anyways, here's Lubo's stats that we all know, love, and appreciate about him. Oilers and Maple Leafs, 4-3 loss in overtime. Leon Draisaitl, 22 minutes on ice, 17.5 rate production, 0.79 rating. Adam Henrique, 16.5 minutes on ice, 12.25 production, 7.40 rating. Matthias Janmark, 14.5 time on ice, 8.25 production. It's not too terrible, not really great, but not too terrible. Followed by a 5.86 production. Not bad, not terrible. Like I'm okay with those numbers. I get those numbers. Those numbers to me tell me that the Oilers had a great chance to win. Again, thank you, Lubo, for helping me out and showing me those stats. End of the day, Oilers lost in overtime. We got a point. Should have won in regulation, though, right? Of course, the overtime winner goes to Mitch Marner because why not? And for people thinking that Toronto deserved that win, they earned that win, no. It was 2 minutes of Bouchard being Bouchard. It was 2 minutes of a guy that wants a huge contract to stay in Edmonton. No, sir. Like I said, I might be the only one that says this, but if Bouchard isn't willing to sign for less than $5 million, maybe 3 is a little too low. Maybe that's just me living in the moment and saying, hey, 3 times 3, take it or leave it, is too low. I'll say 5. I will go up to 5. 5 times 3. Anything more, and you might as well kiss your ass goodbye, because I don't want you in Edmonton for any more than that. And if you don't want to sign it, the Oilers don't have to play you next season. You can sit. You're a restricted free agent. Again, what does restricted free agent mean? It means that you can't sign anywhere else. You can't go anywhere else. And if the Oilers do trade you somewhere else, or if a team says, hey, We'll take Evan Bouchard off your hands. Okay, give us compensation. First round draft picks come our way. That's just me, though. I honestly think that Bouchard is a good offensive defenseman, but that's it. And even right now, he's offensively challenged. Anywho, here's the suspension for Ryan Reeves. He's been suspended for 5 games. Illegal check to the head against Edmonton Oilers Darnell Nurse via player safety. Repeat offender. Repeat offender. You get 5 games. Oilers better hope Darnell Nurse comes back quick. Otherwise, it might be a long couple of weeks. Love him or hate him, Darnell Nurse eats up a lot of minutes. In case anybody's wondering, the next time the Oilers and Toronto play against each other, because that is going to be a fight between Nurse and Reeves. February 1st. Toronto is in Edmonton, February 1st at 5 o'clock, because of course, we're in Edmonton, but we got to play at 5 o'clock to appease the Maple Leaf people. So sick of this league bending over backwards to a fucking team that can't even get out of round 1. Rest of the stats, total shots 30 for the Oilers, 22 for Toronto. Face-off 55% for the Oilers, 44 for Toronto. Power play 50% for the Oilers. Skidoo squat nothing for Toronto. 1 for 2 the Oilers were. 0 for 4 was Toronto. Imagine that. 0 for 4 the 5-on-3. Hits 18-7 for Toronto. Block shots 27-17 for Toronto. Giveaways 14 in favor of Edmonton for giving it 11 for Toronto. Takeaways 7-4. So Toronto gave the puck away more. The Oilers took the puck away more, tied more shots, had less penalties, had more penalties. This whole game was trending Oilers to win the game. But one official just can't help himself. Sure, I say Chris Lee. I meant to say Chris Rooney. They're both the same to me. They're both very much against Edmonton because of Draisaitl and McDavid mocking them. And I get it, guys. I get Chris Rooney. You're mad that McDavid mocked you. But the NHL needs to not have you coach. Not have you ref against the Oilers, knowing that you have a vendetta against them. Anyways, guys, we're back at it tomorrow against Montreal, and then again on Tuesday against Ottawa. Back-to-back Montreal, Ottawa. That's fun, right? But before I leave you, we're going to do the out-of-town scoreboard, because that's important, getting around the NHL. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's not, sometimes it is what it is. So, around the NHL, a lot of games happened yesterday. Not just Toronto-Edmonton focused. There was 12 games on the schedule. Blues beat the Bruins 3-2 in overtime. The Kraken beat the Islanders 3-2. The Canadiens beat the Blue Jackets 5-1. The Lightning blanked the Devils 4-0. The Panthers blanked the Jets 5-0. The Flyers beat the Sabres 5-2. The Penguins beat the Sharks in a shootout 4-3. The Hurricanes 4. The Senators 0. The Stars beat the Wild 2-1. The Kings beat the Red Wings 4-1. Red Wings coincidentally just put Jack Campbell on waivers today. The Canucks beat the Blackhawks 4-1. And of course, as we all know, the Oilers lose 4-3 in overtime to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Games happening today. Hurricanes host the Blues. The Capitals are in Vegas to take on the Golden Knights. Rangers are in Seattle. And the Predators are in Vancouver. Interesting, interesting, interesting. At the end of the night, things in the standings could be very, very different after today. Anyways, guys, my name is Matt for Oilers Fan Reaction. Please push the like button, push the subscribe button, tell all your friends. It's okay. Oilers will lose. Oilers will win. But Bouchard, that can never happen again. Till next time, guys. Doses.